Om Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Hari Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramakrishna. Dear Brother Purnanandji and dear devotees and my dear children. Today we welcome all of you for this wonderful occasion. This is a very auspicious occasion when we are celebrating the 167th birthday of Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi. Gangotri read a nice passage where we find that how much mother had to struggle in that small room Nahabad. Those who have gone to Dakshineswar must have seen that place. It's a very small room and mother used to stay there. And she used to cook food for master. And when master eating time comes and all the people living in the master's room and talking to him, they all would go away. And then she would bring the food to him. And it went for years, nearly 6 years they stayed in Dakshineswar. And she used to do that. And many days when master was in ecstasy and dancing and singing, there was no time to take the food to him also. That also had happened many days. So one of the incident, while that way, she has prepared the food for the master and she was ready to carry. And she has taken in her hand and the plate she was carrying towards his room. See, Nahabad and Ramakrishna's room was just a few meters away. Then suddenly one lady came and said, Ma, like that she came and stood before her. So Holy Mother stopped and looked at her, said, what do you want? She said, give me this plate. I want to take it to master. So she gave the plate. And then master was sitting alone in his room. So the other lady who came, she went and kept the plate before master. And without even bowing down to him, she quickly came away from there. And then slowly mother entered the room and she sat next to him. You know, the Indian system is when you sit on the floor and eat, mother comes and next to you and then she feeds you, sitting on the floor. So likewise, Holy Mother also sat near the master and she said, what you will eat, etc. And he was a grave feature he had and he was not even smiling and he was not talking and he seems to be angry. So mother couldn't understand, said, Master, what is the matter? She used to call him Thakur. So Thakur, what is the matter? You are not going to eat? Then master came out. Why did you send the plate through that lady? Don't you know that she lives an immoral life? And you know, I am very sensitive to such things. I can't accept food brought by an immoral lady. So master's body and mind, it is said, by his continuous sadhana became sattvic. Most of you who are all familiar with the Vedantic concepts, they all know that there are 3 types of gunas are there. Prakriti, that is the nature, has got 3 types of gunas. You know, tamasic, rajasic and sattvic. So when you attain the sattvic state of mind and the body also becomes sattvic. At that time, it becomes extremely sensitive. So that's what happened to Sri Ramakrishna. And he rebuked mother. And here we find mother's putting down her foot and she said, Thakur, I shall not stop giving to anybody who comes and calls me as mother. She established her motherhood on that day. And Sri Ramakrishna, was though displeased initially, was very happy. And he understood that mother has come to establish the motherhood. And that's why Swami Vimokshananda, in his life of Holy Mother, he clearly says why Holy Mother had to come along with Sri Ramakrishna. One of the reasons he says is when God takes an avatar, that is, he descends. Avatar means descending. So when he descends as a human being, then his powers also come with him. And this time the powers have come in the form of a feminine aspect of Sri Ramakrishna. And that was Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi. Another reason he says, Master wanted to establish the supremacy of motherhood or mother's nature in a woman. You see, a woman can be viewed in many ways. When she is born, she is a daughter. And she becomes a sister to her siblings. And she becomes a wife to her husband. And then she becomes a mother to her children. So 4 roles one person is doing. But you see, in men, that much difficulty is not there. But a woman has to find out and struggle and bring out all the 4 elements of her relationship in a proper way. And there only her fulfillment lies. And finally, when she becomes mother, and that is the greatest aspect of a woman. So Sri Ramakrishna bringing her along with him was to establish the motherhood. One of the disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, Premananda, Baburam, he was called. He used to come to Dakshineswar and go to mother for food. In the night, mother used to make chapatis and she would feed him. And then Sri Ramakrishna noticed this young boy, he comes to Dakshineswar and after 12 o'clock, he has to go with master to do meditation in Panchavati. But this boy is sleepy. So he found out that something wrong is there. He must be eating more. Right? Even if he eats more, naturally sleep will come to him. So he called Holy Mother. Instead of rebuking him, he called Holy Mother and very strictly, sternly asked her, how many rotis you give it to Balaram? Now mother was really upset with this question. So why are you worried? How much I feed? They are our children. And I have to feed as a mother. No, I want to know how many you feed. Then she had to tell the truth. She said, 6 rotis I give. 6 chapatis I give. No, from tomorrow you give 4 only. Now this is a command from master. But you see the mother. The motherhood, how she expressed. She said, Thakur, I shall not be able to do it. When my son calls me as a mother and asks for extra chapati, I cannot say I cannot give you. I have to give it. Please don't interfere between me and my son. So she put an end to master's pleadings letter. So you find that she has come to establish the motherhood of the Supreme Being. So we find lots of examples are there. One of the very old Swami who was in Vrindavan, so we used to go and talk to him. So we asked him, Maharaj, you have seen Holy Mother. What did you find in her? What is that attracted to you? Then he said, you see, she was absolutely nirabhiman. That's the word he used. She was completely egoless. And she could take the plates of the devotees. Sometimes she would be waiting for the devotees to come and eat, and she would be the last person to eat. And she had no question of having this ego in any sense. And he gave one example. In Jairambati, when mother was staying, she used to give some 10 rupees or 5 rupees for purchase of vegetables, etc. And the person would come, bring the vegetables and give it to her. Okay, but she was very good in accounting also. So what she did, the balance will be always there. If you take 5 rupees, then it should be 4 rupees, 60 paise, something like that. So 40 paise will be balanced. So she would not ask him, where is the balance? So the balance money, where it is? She would not ask him. By asking that, his mind, his heart will be injured. So she would say, okay, Baba, you went to bazaar, so was that enough? Or should I have to pay more something? Either she would put it in this way, without hurting him. See, talking to another people, how much we hurt each other, is it not? Even in amongst the devotees, we find two devotees would not speak to each other because they have hurt each other. So even in talking, how much wonderful she was, she used to go down to such an extent that she would completely obliterate herself, her ego. So Nirabhima. And I was telling her that, I was reminded of that one incident that happened in Ranchi. The mother would eat last. Today I was explaining to her devotees, and upstairs in our dining room, we have got a mother's picture. And mother is putting her feet like that, and she's sitting. In Jairambati, she would sit like that and would watch. All the devotees are eaten. Yes, all are fed. Then last she would eat. Mother would eat always last. It's not something, a great thing that we find, because in India, we know all our mothers were like that. Mothers will never eat first. They will wait for the children, for the husband to come, and then eat. Unless, of course, modern days, a lot of changes are there. But in villages I have seen, the lady would wait for the husband. Even if he comes at 11 o'clock, it doesn't matter. After that only she would eat. So mother would eat always last. So in Ranchi, what happened? One of the mother's birthday celebration, we had told our tribals around our center. A lot of tribal villages were there. Each village people would bring one jhanki. In Hindi it is called jhanki. What is the English word for that?
Basket.
No. Procession with some picture or something. A tableau. Yes. So the tableau that came. So one by one village was coming with a tableau. Okay, everything was nice. Some have made Jairambati village, the picture there. Some have made some type of things, etc. In one of the cart was pulled by some boys. One girl was sitting, and she was exactly decorated like Holy Mother, with her hair like this, and put the sari like that, and she was sitting there. And then after coming to ashram, so all of them got down, and it was already 11 o'clock. So our first puja is over, so the fruit prasad has come out. So I told, her name was Arati. I said, Arati is a small girl, I think of your size. So that girl, I told her that, Arati, did you eat anything in the morning? She said, no, Swamiji, I could not eat anything. 7 o'clock, the Divis of the village came to my house and told, get up, and you make this decoration. They did. And they said, come. And they put me seated on that cart, and then they pulled it. So, it is a procession. So it takes some time, about 1 hour, to come to our ashram. And the ashram it came, and then I have not eaten anything. Then I told the senior girl, go and bring some phal prasad, fruit prasad for this girl. Because she's a small girl, not eat anything. So I gave to her. Said, Arati, here is the prasad, you eat something. So because 1 o'clock only we have to get prasad, you eat. She was looking at that quietly. She refused to eat. I was surprised. I said, this is prasad, you eat. Her mother she used to prepare hadia. The hadia is the word that we use for the homemade beer. And that homemade beer is made in a big jar. And then she would sell it in the bazaar, in the market. And that is her only work. And her husband was completely unaware of all the things. He will be only taking the beer and then lying down somewhere. So sleeping. So that was the condition. So poor family. But that lady got initiation from Swami Atmasthanji. So she is a devotee, naturally. So naturally I was thinking, her mother is a devotee, and she has been telling about Holy Mother's life, etc. to this girl. And today is Holy Mother's birthday. And why don't you eat this prasad? She said, no, I will not touch. I was surprised. Then I asked her, why you won't eat? This is prasad only. Why don't you eat? Then she said, my mother has instructed me when I left the house not to eat. I was wonderstruck. This lady is initiated devotee, and would she say that you should not accept prasad from the ashram? I could not believe that. Then again I asked her, my dear, why are you saying like that? Why your mother has prohibited you? This girl said, look, Arati, today you are dressing up like Mother Sarada. Do you know? Mother Sarada would always eat last. So in the ashram, after the prasad comes out, Khichdi prasad comes out, when everybody has eaten, you must eat today. I was wonderstruck. A unlettered lady, a lady who sells this hadia, she has imbibed the mother's greatness and mother's quality in her life, and she has translated it into her life, you see. And she has instructed her daughter not to eat because you have dressed up like Holy Mother. What a wonderful way that people can gather the instructions of Holy Mother. So we see like that. And about her divinity, what I can say, there was one Swami, Hari Premananda. Hari Premananda was a young boy. He came to Holy Mother. And from that boyhood itself, he was growing up with Mother. And it was about 2 years before Mother's passing away. It happened in Bakuda. There is a place called Bakuda where Mother has gone for a visit. And this young boy, by that time, he has become a monk. He joined the Ramakrishna order and he has become a monk also. His name was Hari Premananda. So this Swami Hari Premananda, because he was with the Mother from childhood days, he had certain privileges like massaging the feet of Mother, washing the clothes of Mother, all those things, personal service he could do it. And Mother was very old at that time, 1918. 1920 she left her body. So it was 1918, she has become very old. And this boy, that is Hari Premananda, was sitting there. On that day, he brought that medicated oil and then he was massaging the feet, sitting under her chair, down below the chair. And Mother was sitting in the chair, she was reclining and the feet were hanging, and he was massaging. Feet, what you can say, is only a bone. Such a pathetic, the body structure was there, Holy Mother's. And he was massaging. While massaging, closing his eyes, he is thinking, the feet is, the nerves are visible, the sinews are visible as it were, and the body has become very dry. And how people call her as a divine mother. How that doubt came into his mind. He was wondering, how can you call her divine mother? Her body is like this. See the divinities, divine goddesses' bodies, how wonderful they are, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Durga, how wonderful their bodies are. And here Holy Mother body has become completely dried up and only bone is there. So he felt like that. Suddenly, while massaging, he found there is a change. Because the hands are touching the body, the feet, he found suddenly there is a change. The feet have become supple, like a 17-year-old girl. How that young girl's feet becomes, like that healthy. And he was surprised. How this feet has become so changed suddenly. And slowly he opened his eyes. And he just looked up. Because he's sitting down, looked up. And he was stunned to see there was no Holy Mother there. Their mother Jagaddatri was sitting. And Jagaddatri had a big, crown. That crown was there on her head. And then she had 4 hands. And with the snake on her neck, etc., she's sitting there. And her body is like that. And the sari and the ornaments, etc., she was Sakshat Jagaddatri. She gave darshan to Hari Premananda. And Hari Premananda could not stand that darshan. Divine darshans, everybody cannot have. And unless you are quite matured enough to handle that, it is very difficult. You become unconscious. So Hari Premananda fell unconscious. And after how much time has gone, nobody knows. Suddenly, he felt somebody is patting his back and calling him, Hari, Hari, get up, Hari, like that. That was Holy Mother's voice. Then slowly he opened his eyes and got up and found the old Holy Mother still sitting there. Then he understood how wrong it is to doubt Holy Mother's divinity. And she immediately gave him the indication that don't think I am a human. The divinity has come in the form of human. That is it. So when you are bound with the human body, then whatever happens to the human body, you must accept it. That's why even Ram, you see, the Avatara has come in the form of Ram, and Ram had to undergo so many sufferings because he was having the human body. So whoever takes the human body, along with that there are all the sufferings limitations you have to undergo. With these few words, I am so happy to welcome all of you on this occasion, and we have one or two readings are there. After that, Swami Purnananda also will speak to us. So with this, we will have some, intermittently, we will have some bhajans also. So enjoy this evening and think that Holy Mother is there, because she has told, whoever calls me mother and asks me, I cannot say no. So now we know the secret of asking Holy Mother. So we have no problem at all. Whenever we come to her, we can ask, oh Mother, do this, and she will do it. So with these few words, I take leave. Om Kripam Kuru Mahadevi Suteshu Pranateshu Cha Charanasrayadanena Kripamayi Namostute. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tassat. Sri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu.